My topic is brazing. So what is a brazing? So it is a process of joining the two metals, similar or dissimilar metal, by means of a heat with a filler metal above the 450 degrees Celsius. Then the melting point of the metal to be the weld. The filler metal is here are used as a spelter. The spelter, it is the alloy of the copper, zinc and copper silver. The composition of the copper and zinc: 60% copper or 40% zinc, or copper silver 98% copper, 2% silver. The flux are used in this process. The borax and boric acid are used. The flux. So what is the function of the flux? So it is remove the impurities from the molten metal. Number two is to prevent the oxidation on the welded area. Number the flow temperature. The flow temperature 450 degrees Celsius to 950 degrees Celsius. So it is the half. It is the approximately half of the melting point of the base metal. The tool used. So in this process, torch are used. Torch are used. So torch are used 2 number, 3 number and 4 number. So what is the meaning of 2 number, 3 number and 4 number? 2 mean number is 1 mm diameter of the nozzle. 3 mm the 1.5 diameter of the internal diameter of the nozzle. 4 number is 2 mm internal diameter of the nozzle. The nozzle are generally used according to the pressure and according to the situation. The gases. Two gases are used in a brazing process. So oxyacetylene C2H2 and oxygen. So LPG gas is also used for a brazing purpose. They commonly used. So C2H2 and O2 are used in this brazing process. The different type of the brazing process are here. The types of the brazing process are a torch brazing. So torch brazing, so the workpiece is heated with the help of a torch. With the help of a torch. So it is called the torch brazing. Second number is furnace brazing. The number of pieces are used. Number of pieces are heated in a furnace. So this type of the furnace brazing also used for the mass production. Electric brazing. So electric brazing means the workpiece are heated in a electric resistance welding. So it is called the electric resistance welding. Dip brazing. So in this process, the hot solution salt are used. The number of pieces are dipped in a hot solution salt to complete this brazing process. So this type of the dip brazing are generally used for the mass production. Mass production. The equilibrium phase diagram of the copper and aluminum can be drawn with the help of the flow temperature 750 degrees Celsius to 950 degrees Celsius and composition of the copper and silver. On a horizontal line, the horizontal line, the composition of the copper and silver are represented on horizontal line, and the flow temperature, the line on a line represented on a vertical line. This temperature. This is the alpha. So alpha means copper, beta means silver. So alpha and beta. So alpha plus located, this is the located area. So beta means the silver plus located area. This is the two metal, the combination of two metal. The alpha and beta means copper and silver. This is a combination of this metal. So you can draw the equilibrium phase diagram with the help of the flow temperature and composition of this copper and silver. Silver. The filler metal are used. The spectrum, the basis on the copper, zinc and copper silver. The copper silver are generally used for making the different types of the javelins ornaments. The copper silver are used. The copper zinc. The copper zinc are used just like here. The single point cutting tool. The area is cut according to the shape of the carbide tips. The area is heated with the help of a torch, and after that spray the borax and put the carbide tips, and again spray the borax. It is tied with a clamp at a low pressure, and again it is heated, so that the melting point are enter completely into a gap. The metal is flow into a gap, act as a capillary action. These are the carbide tips. These are the carbide tips. You can brazing here rhombus, you can brazing here rectangular shape, or you can brazing here the triangular carbide bits. This single point cutting tool are used on a lathe machine to increase the production at a 1000 degree Celsius temperature. So this carbide tips attain a 1000 degree Celsius temperature and not retain their hardness and not lose their hardness at the temperature of 1000 degree Celsius. Celsius. Two pieces are here. This is the two pieces. This is the copper pipe. The outer diameter of the copper pipe is 9.5. The inner diameter of this other pipe is, so what will be the inner diameter? So inner diameter to extend this extend, the diameter is extend. So how to extend this? To extending this internal diameter, use the squeezing tool. Use the squeezing tool to increase the internal diameter. This is called the squeezing process. The squeezing process. The internal diameter of the second, the diameter of the second tube, the 10% of the tube, 10% of the one number is the diameter of this, and diameter of this tube is 9.8, and 10% of this diameter is 0.95, total 10.45. The internal diameter should be the 10.45. 10.45. This is the detail. This is the detail diagram. This is the assembly. Before assembly, the area should be the clean. The area should be the clean with the help of a emery paper filing, and it can be the area is clean with the help of a chemicals. 10% of the 10% water, 3% sulfuric acid, 1% nitric acid solution are used to cleaning this process. Also to remove the foreign material like a dust, grease and oil before assembly. The length, the insert length should be more 5 mm, minimum 5 mm. The gap between two tube should be the 0.1 to 0.2 mm, 0.1 to 0.1 to 0.1 mm. The gap should be the air. So after that, the area should be the brazing, like this brazing. Let me start the brazing. This is a torch or this is a flare metal. First the area is heated. Then put the flux. To complete this joint due to the action of capillary action. So in this here you can see this diagram. When the metal is dropped here, the metal is spread on this surface like this due to the surface tension and make the angle theta. This is a angle theta. The angle theta will be is equal to 0. There may be the angle less than 90 degree, alpha more than 90 degree, alpha is equal to 180 degree. To 180 degree, in which this is the work of adherence between the solid and vapors, solid and liquids, solid governed by the free surface energy. This is the free surface energy. It is represented by this is the mu. So surface energy, surface free energy, solid versus vapor, solid vapor, liquid vapor, cos alpha. If the value of put the value of 0 here, so V0. So V0 means saturated temperature. So according to wetting condition. So wetting means the metal is completely deposited here on the two pieces. So according to this wetting, so alpha is equal to 0. So different type of the flame are used in this process. Like this. This is the neutral flame, or this is the oxidizing flame. This is the carburizing flame. So C2H2O2, 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 in which the neutral flame 1:1 ratio. In this case, oxidizing 1:2, carburizing 2:1. So in this case, the C2H2 is more than the oxygen 2 times. So when the C2H2 are more used on the surface area, so this surface area will be the hard. So this process is called a case hardening. So it means that the carburizing flame are not used in this process. The oxidizing flame, the C2H2O2, in this flame, oxygen is 2 times than the C2H2. So oxygen temperature is very high. The amount of the oxygen are try to enter into this brazing area. So due to the enter the area, so it is create the blowhole and inclusion of the welding joint. So our joint will be the weak. So in this case, oxidizing film is not used in this process. So C2H2, the neutral gas are used. The neutral film are generally used in aluminum, copper, cast iron and iron steel. The oxidizing film are generally used for the brass and bronze. This type of the film are used for the case to hardening the surface, just like a stellene material. So the neutral film are used in this material. So different type of the brazing. So brazing are generally used in a AC refrigeration and to use the single point cutting tool. Different type of the carbide tips are brazing on this single point cutting tools. These are the brazing process. The borax and boric acid flux, flow temperature 750-950, tool used as a torch. Different type of the operation can be used for the brazing purpose according to the situation. I hope that you will like my lecture. Thank you very much.